Hello and welcome to Alpha Militaria TV. My name is Richard Saunders. Thanks very much for joining me once again. Now, I'm joined by a very good friend of mine and a friend of the channel, Tony Belas from Daystate, who has brought down with him to Reading Air Target Shooting Club two brand new versions of rifles that look fantastic. Now what we're going to do is we're going to talk through these rifles and also talk about the two differences between the two rifles. So welcome, Tony.
Thank you, Richard.
Now you've got some very tempting stuff on the table here. You'll be lucky to get out of this place with both of these, I tell you. Why don't you talk us through what we've got and tell us some of the differences between them.
Sure. So we've got a limited edition and a special edition. So every year, more or less, Daystate does a limited edition, and every now and then it does a special edition. And this year it just so happens that we're doing both.
Now what's the difference between a limited and a special?
Well, the special edition is based on a current model, but with special features, special colouring, one or two adaptions, but not limited in numbers. So they can be serial numbered, but there's no end number.
Right.
We potentially make those until they become less popular. Or
right.
We feel that we run out of parts of that particular colour, and then we stop.
Right.
So it is special, but it's not limited.
Right.
The limited edition is, as it says, limited. We only make a certain amount, and usually these days that's 250 worldwide.
Okay.
About half that usually goes abroad and half into the UK, because limited editions in the UK are incredibly popular.
Okay.
And they usually sell out quite quickly.
Right. So tell us which is which then out of these two rifles, which is limited.
What's interesting for this year, this is the first time we've ever done it, is we have two similarly coloured rifles. And we have them from completely different spectrums in the air rifle mentality, shall we say. So you have a type of shooter who loves the highest tech. They love bullpup rifles, they like large capacity bottles, they love interchangeability.
Lots of adjustability.
And they've got match electronic triggers, etc. State of the art. And then they've got another type of shooter who doesn't want any of that. He wants a reliable, solid rifle. He doesn't like bullpups. He doesn't like electronics. He doesn't need any adjustability. He just wants a solid, dependable, match-accurate rifle.
With less adjustability.
With less adjustability. And we've got both ends covered in this scale. So mechanical, we have the Wolverine R, limited edition.
So this is limited to 250 rifles.
Limited to 250 rifles worldwide.
I'll just show folks that on the camera there, if you can see that.
Yeah. And then we have a special edition. This is the Alpha Wolf, and this is the special edition version. So not limited in numbers, but just in time, really. Okay. And you can see that the colouring is the same, or similar, should we say, but the concept behind the two rifles is it couldn't be further apart with it. And one, the viewer's going to go, I love that one, I hate that, I love that, whichever, and that's the intention. The intention is to offer to different people just the best we can do.
And I hope the camera can pick this up, because this blue is absolutely fantastic. It really is. It's kind of subtle, but
it is.
It's not subtle.
That one's called the Sapphire,
right?
And this one's not. So you've got the Sapphire here, and it's Sapphire engraved in limited edition, and it's got this hue finish for it. Whereas the Alpha Wolf Special Edition, following a similar pattern in colouring, carbon fibre rather than the blue shroud. In camera work it tends to come out as a grey, but really it's petrol blue, isn't it?
Beautiful colour. And grey as well. And
yes.
Well, let's pick one, Tony, and talk about that in a little bit more detail.
Okay.
So let me put this one away without damaging it. Okay. So let's talk through the Alpha Wolf then.
Okay, let's pop that there so you can see it, and I'll peer behind it. Okay. Right. So what you've got here is a state-of-the-art rifle. It uses the electronic Delta Wolf back end, electronic display screen, touch control, colour screen. It has a humour air regulator. And all the controls you could ever want, and you can program this rifle to the power and the pellet and everything you want to do. This is the 12 foot-pound version, and the FAC version looks identical and goes up to 40 foot-pound. And then there's a longer barrel version that you can buy, the high power, which takes you up to probably 95 foot-pound and 30 caliber. You can have them in 30.
Wow.
But the great thing is the barrels are interchangeable, single screw, it's 6 springs to change calibers. You've all had to go on the Alpha Wolf and Delta Wolves in the past, and it's got all those features built into it. Unique on this one is the cocking lever.
I was going to say, so what is the difference over another Alpha Wolf then?
Obviously the finish, and really the package it comes with this blue silencer as standard,
Okay.
and then there's an upgrade package you can buy for £300, something like $350, and that will come with an adjustable butt pad, a different colour silencer. You can have a black one as well if you don't like blue.
Okay. Right.
It comes with a bipod, it comes with a cheek riser adjuster, and other accessories.
Some of those parts are PRS, I take it.
They're made for us by PRS.
Okay. So who's this? What kind of shooter is this going to appeal to?
I think somebody who wants flexibility, likes high-tech electronic triggers.
Right.
I've got to say, it appeals to me because I'm the kind of shooter who would buy this gun. I've been, with the high-tech end of Daystate since 2003 when we started. 2002 really. So it's 20 years I've been doing with electronic rifles. I really find everything else to be inferior. They are so good. They're so easy to work on, even though they look difficult. They're a simple gun to work on.
So this is going to be for someone who takes their competition shooting really seriously.
I don't really take competition shooting seriously anymore. I just like the accuracy and the easy use, the fast use. We were doing a speed challenge on 10 shots, and we got it down to 11.5 seconds.
I saw it. Yeah.
Very hard to match. You can double up the magazines. You can change the programming in seconds. I've got a built-in chronograph. I don't have to go. I'm not a peasant. I don't have to go looking for a chronograph. I've got one in the gun.
So that's an interesting point that not a lot of people will know about. So there's a built-in chronograph. Tell us about the relationship between that and the electronics and how that affects the actual shot-to-shot.
Okay. So on the 12 foot-pound one, because everybody just shoots at 12 foot-pounds, and they want to get as close to that as they can. The chronograph does nothing but monitor the speed, and it puts on the display screen the speed as you fire the pellet, so you can actually see it. Right. Now, if you were using different pellets and it was a bit high, you can tweak it down on the program, but you can't go up above what the factory set it to. So there is an upper limit, so that you can't accidentally go over.
And that's set with 15.89 grain pellets.
If it's a 2.2, yes, it's a 177. That's so something less.
8.49.
That's right, 4.4. Yeah. So you've got that in there. But you have got some tunability in the 12 foot-pound one now as well. It didn't originally have that, but you've got to keep up to date on these because there's been 10 different program updates. And if you have the dongle comes the adapter to adapt this to attach to your PC. Windows PC, I might add.
Obviously.
Attached to Windows PC, you can tune the gun off your laptop with the supplied adapter. Which comes
and that's also like hammer pulse and
pulse length, stroke length, voltage. They can all be tuned in the gun. There's quite a lot you can do with the 12 foot-pound one. If you've got the high power, the FAC, the export model, then the chronograph talks to the microprocessor and it will correct. So if you set an individual velocity, say you set 950 feet per second, and it starts to see the pellet speed increasing due to the pellets being slightly lighter or something, it will tweak down the energy slightly and focus on giving you exactly the velocity you want.
So I can see that's going to appeal to someone who loves the intricate settings and fiddling around and programming everything. Now you said you'd have one of those. I would have one of these.
Right.
Now you're going to tell people what an ignoramus I am.
Well, no, because it's horses for courses, and it's what you like, and that's why we do very different rifles. There's no point in producing the entire range of rifles to appeal to one person. So this is. So tell me why you like the Wolverine.
I guess because I'm more of a hunter. And I have no problem hunting with an Alpha Wolf. I have one with a Sapphire stock, and it's great for hunting. But I think this more traditional sporter style seems to suit me better. I absolutely love the C-type with the enclosed
so you get an air cylinder, and some people just don't like the metal milk bottle, do they? They like having a cylinder on there, particularly in UK.
And I also like the kind of the mechanical interaction with sears and whatever.
So you know where you are, you know when it's cocked. Yes, I get that.
And also I'm a bit of a thicko when it comes to electronics.
So you don't have any of that to worry about with this rifle. And there is basically no adjustability. You've got adjustable trigger, and that's about your lot on this rifle. So you have a human regulator.
Still human regulated,
and with 2 gauges, so you can see whether the regulator's working or not. So at least that's something.
Now, in addition to this being obviously a blue laminate stock, there's also some stock design differences
yes,
over a
it's
standard?
very unusually actually for any of our rifles to have for a limited edition rifle to have a special stock. It has happened, but it hasn't happened for a while. And this one has a unique stock, and it's only being made in this blue colour, and it's only available for the limited edition before anybody asks. And they've made it in more of a, well, I suppose, a Red Wolf style of stock,
without the thumb hole,
without the thumb hole, anything which you get on the Wolverines. And so you have a sporter style rather than a thumbhole stock, and I think it's beautiful. I mean, it's
but
worked really
you
well.
still have adjustability with the cheek piece here.
Yes, up, down, left, right, and adjustable butt
the
pad,
butt pad
up,
as well.
down, left, right, and you can take spaces out or put spacers in.
Right. And in terms of, so is this only available as a C-type, or is the Wolverine with a bottle also going to be available?
So in the UK, it's only available as a C-type. Remember, it's a limited edition. There's only going to be 250. In the UK, they're all going to be C-type.
Right.
Export, they're all bottled because of the high power requirement. So all the export ones have a bottle, and we'll put a picture of the bottle version up.
Yeah. And roughly 125 for the UK, 125 for export, is
It's something like that, yes. It'll vary slightly, and the serial numbers won't be consecutive, because they'll be as they're made.
Right.
But yes, around 50-50 to export. And of course that could be probably about a third of those will go to the US, and the rest will go all over the world.
Now what comes as standard? If I was to put my money down and buy one of these, what would I get that we compared to what we see here?
That's a good question. On the Sapphire, it comes with this scope. So this is a 4-16 King Cobra.
Oh, okay.
Second focal plane, and you've got this all built in, and adjustable blueprint mounts. So reach for adjustable mounts. It all comes set up like this.
Oh, okay.
And it also comes with the silencer and its own dedicated box. So
Right.
it comes as a package like this. Abroad it might be different.
Right.
The importer may decide to just sell the rifle, or may sell it as a package. You'd have to check with them.
And is it a standard black Daystate box, or is it a different box?
No, it's a sapphire blue box with a sapphire labelling, of course, and it comes with its own label in there as well, which actually indicates that the limited edition, and a certificate that comes in that decrees that it's a limited edition.
Cool. Well, thank you, Tony.
Okay.
Yeah, get out there and buy one now. We'll
So
buy
now
both.
we've just got to choose which one you like.
Yeah,
Or better still buy both.
I'll take both off your hands and let you know which one I'll keep.
My pleasure, no problem at all.
Well, thanks very much for watching, and please don't forget to hit the subscribe button.